The FDA has officially given the green light for the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine.
Pfizer has just voted in favor of COVID-19 vaccine.
The vaccine may be our only hope in returning to some normalcy, but there are many valid reasons as to why certain groups of people may be hesitant about receiving immunization. From distrust in the medical field, from the Black community due to unethical historical events, to the increase in xenophobia across the U.S., to the elderly and those without a high socioeconomic status who may have a hard time finding rides or scheduling appointments online. Together, we will further explore the reasons why some communities are at a disadvantage in getting vaccines. We will first start in California, one of the many places experiencing a significant increase in xenophobia, where I was able to interview Kyoko Pekalski, an Asian American California resident. My first question asked how the news about Asian hate crimes have affected her daily life.
Even you try to be, secure yourself, just like me going to Japanese grocery store the other day. I just look around, and because I saw 2 police cars sitting in the parking lot, made me feel like, okay, something happened or something going to be happen now.
I then followed up with what her motivation behind receiving the COVID-19 vaccine was, and if the media coverage surrounding the violence in California has affected that decision.
I still have my mom in Japan. So I know I somehow have to receive vaccine in order to go to overseas. So when my turn comes for my vaccine, I think I will get the shot. So it's like no matter what people say, hey, Kyoko, don't receive any vaccine now. If I have to have it in order to go home, my country, Japan, I will get it.
Now we move to the Midwest, River Rouge, Michigan. I am interviewing Joe Shaheen, a medical frontline worker who has gone above and beyond to help people get vaccination appointments.
Office in River Rouge, Michigan. We're an optometry practice, and I basically do everything except for the doctoring. Probably how hard it is for a lot of our patients, for a lot of the older people to get the vaccine. I mean, the people that I registered, oh my gosh, so grateful. They are so grateful. I can't even tell you. Don't know how to use their phone. The people that I helped have flip phones, imagine. I really didn't even know that many people had flip phones until I tried to get them an appointment. And a lot of them don't have rides. So not only did I have to arrange their shot, but their ride. And it's just so frustrating. And then there's a lot of community problems too. For example, one of my patients, when I found out he couldn't get a shot and he lived in Detroit, I said, you're the easiest person to get a shot for. So I just called TFC. They picked up the phone first ring, made him an appointment. That was the easiest. Then I had an 80-year-old, I believe she's 80, in Lincoln Park. She was the one that I had to wait on the phone for 2 hours, but I was doing other work, no problem, to get her, because I gave her the number several times. And she said, the number doesn't work. Well, that's because she was on hold for 2 hours. So I made her, an appointment, which the lady said, I have to be relative. I said, please, just have a heart that this lady really needs it and she's desperate to get it. And she did make an appointment for her. I was very grateful to her. And then I had to, of course, secure her a ride to get it. She didn't know how to get there. So that was harder for her. I ended up doing a Rite Aid website for a lot of people the day that it was working. I called everyone on my list. I said, I got you an appointment. So, but they just don't know, because I have a lot of people filtering through and they tell me, oh, they're doing it at River Rouge this weekend, at the city hall. So I can pass on the word to my patients. They don't see a lot of people. No one's seeing anybody. No one seems to know anything because they don't see people.
The government is utilizing common stores around the US like CVS and Walgreens as an accessible way for people to get their vaccine. So I got in touch with CVS District Manager Kevin Higgins to inquire about the steps they are taking in order to promote an easy vaccination for all residents in America.
Well, being fortunate enough to work with pharmacists, they actually went to school to learn, to be healthcare professionals. When I visit these stores, I ask them questions that I would not otherwise know the answer to. Clinical type questions. I'm not able to give medical advice, but to just understand some of the reasons why people might be afraid or what the issues might be. They have insight into that. They can explain why people do that, so it really helps me to learn and understand kind of what thoughts go through people's heads as to why maybe they don't want to get vaccinated. Those people have good reasons for it, and so they usually can speak to those things better than I can from a medical perspective. Getting the vaccine is the way to go, and I'm excited that now it used to be you had to be 65 or older. Now it's 50 or older. Soon it'll be 35, and eventually everybody will be able to get it. So it's coming quick, and just watch out if you haven't been able to get it yet. Look at CVS, look at other retailers. It's going to be more available and more prevalent for people to get. So it's exciting.
If there's any takeaway from this video, it's that although COVID-19 has shown our flaws and weaknesses, this is a call to action for everyone to get the vaccine if you can, as soon as possible, and to encourage others to also do so.